Today's Pets is brought to you by Pet Armor Plus IGR.
You know, getting a dog can be rewarding, and better yet, it can stop all that begging from your kids. But it also comes with some challenges. Knowing what to look for when choosing a puppy can help make sure you have the right companion for a long time. Andrea Arden is an Animal Planet's pet expert. Andrea, good morning. Nice to see you.
Good morning.
Your friends here, good to see them.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the facts here. About 4 million dogs end up in shelters every year, and there are some real reasons behind those numbers.
Yeah, it's believed that about 20 to 60% of those dogs are actually owner surrendered. And I think that's due in great part to the fact that people don't take the time to educate themselves and to choose their dog wisely, whether it's a purebred or a mixed breed.
And by the way, those aren't always older dogs. I think there are a lot of puppies in those numbers as well.
Tons of puppies, tons of purebreds. So we're going to talk a little bit about some of the things that you need to think about when you're choosing a dog for your family.
All right, so what is the most important piece of research you have to do?
I think the most important thing you need to consider is the temperament of the dog.
Right.
So, for example, we have Ryder here, who's a toy Aussie. This is a relatively new and popular type of dog. They've been downsized from Australian Shepherds. They are deliciously cute, adorable little tiny dogs, but you need to make sure that no matter how small a dog is, you consider the dog's temperament.
And let's be honest, when it comes to choosing the right dog for your family, size does matter.
Absolutely.
You have to make sure that the dog you're getting is not going to outgrow your house.
Absolutely.
These two are really going at it
Yes,
here, so
they're being a little crazy.
That's okay. So you have to make sure you do your research on how big that dog's going to grow.
Yes, absolutely. And one of the things that I worry about is something which is we call like breed popularity trends.
Right.
For example, French bulldogs right now are super popular. If you go on Instagram, there's all these accounts. Oh, it's crazy.
Hold on.
There's all these accounts that for French bulldogs. Oh.
Okay.
Actually,
Okay.
that makes a really good point. Hold on one second. I do want to say something about Labradors. This is probably one of the most popular breeds of dogs in America. They're lovely dogs. They can be wonderful companion dogs. But I think sometimes people think they're push button and they're just ready to go.
Right.
And as you can see from Zeus, this is a lovely puppy. He's wonderful. But they tend to be very high energy, and they deserve an education. They deserve training.
Yeah.
So don't think you're just going to bring home a lab that's known as a family dog
But
and have a
all
perfect
dogs,
dog.
though, you should be prepared to go through the training process
Absolutely.
because it makes the long-term experience all that much better.
Absolutely. I think that sometimes people forget that you really are becoming a puppy parent. And part of that is educating your dog, house train them, teaching them to be social, to have good manners, that sort of thing.
What about cost of over the lifetime of the dog? Does the size of the dog play into that as well?
Absolutely. And I'm gonna have Bruno come over here. You know, Bruno is a beautiful gray Newfoundland. They can grow to be about 100 to 150 pounds. And I think sometimes when they see a puppy this cute, they forget that actually the cost differential between a puppy like Bruno and a puppy like Ryder, who's tiny, can be a lot just regarding food.
Yeah.
So yes.
Most you just mentioned temperament again. Other breeds that are super kid-friendly would be what?
You know, I'm afraid to say that because I think that's what oftentimes gets people into trouble, that they
No
assume...
generalization?
Well, there are generalizations that ring true. I've said some of them, but I think that rather than saying to yourself, that breed is going to be good for my dog, say to yourself, I'm going to narrow it down to a few breeds or mixes.
Right.
I'm going to look at the history of the dogs and get a sense of what they were bred for, and then I'm going to meet individual dogs to choose the right one for me.
As a dog owner, I've got a great dog named Jules. It can be the most rewarding
Oh my gosh,
experience. It's
absolutely.
wonderful.
Yeah.
But do your homework.
Yes. Yep.
Thank you so much, Andrea.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
And thanks for taking care of Zeus.
You know what? I was called to action. I answered the call. And you can catch Animal Planet's Too Cute Saturday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern. Up next, the hottest fall fashion trends, and we're talking about shoes. But first, this is Today on NBC. Good going. Good going.